Canada's new Minister of Mental Health and Addiction says she understands that Thunder Bay is dealing with a crisis.
Yara Sachs met this week with local agencies and overdose prevention groups to discuss how the federal government can help. Jessica Clement reports.
Canada's newly appointed Minister of Mental Health and Addictions, Yara Sachs, came to Thunder Bay to understand more about the city's concerning overdose and addiction rates. She was appointed by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau in late July, and she came here to speak to community organizations and local leaders about their concerns in the city.
Thunder Bay is one of the hardest hit communities in Ontario when it comes to the opioid crisis in terms of the number per 100,000. We just finished a roundtable meeting with community organizations and leaders from all over the area who are really front and center in working together in combating the crisis. And that's where federal government comes in to partner with these groups and with the province to make sure that we're throwing everything we have in our resources and toolbox to help those who are in need.
Sachs says she was blown away by the dedication of those working to battle addictions and stop overdoses in the city. She says one thing local officials are looking for are ways the government can work with those on the front lines of the opioid crisis to get help out into the community.
They know the work on the ground, and we're here to learn from them, to take that back. And programs like SUAP, so there's about 105 SUAP programs throughout Ontario, a number in Thunder Bay, including at Norwest, that allow us to really look at what works best in helping those who are struggling with substance abuse.
Sachs adds that another thing her government will be looking into is how to ensure mental health and addiction services are available for Indigenous people who live in the city and in remote communities.
I think there are more approaches that we can be looking at, working in collaboration with Indigenous services to recognize that we need a more holistic approach of understanding that First Nations communities do move between reserve and off-reserve, and how do we ensure that there's a continuum of care and services for them no matter where they choose to live, that we're wholly committed to working with them to find best solutions.
This year's Overdose Prevention Day will take place this Thursday at Patterson Park, starting at 11 a.m. Jessica Clement, TVT News.